taxes worldwide and in Australia will not be the same. Today, I'll give a small prediction on where I see the worldwide tax going and specifically Australia based on history and facts. And a warning, you should be bracing for more tax coming if you want to continue living in the Western world. If this is your first time here, my name is Mark Mansour. I am the Managing Director of Worldwide Advisory. We help our clients reduce their worldwide tax and protect their assets, putting them in a better position from when we found them. The issue with Australian taxes and also other jurisdictions is instead of going for all out holistic changes, what we're seeing is piecemeal changes. And the issue with these piecemeal changes is they are specifically and sinisterly targeted at certain individuals and groups. Let me give you an example. Recently in Australia, they released a new measure that if you had over $3 million worth of assets in your self-managed super fund or any super fund for that matter, that instead of the tax rate being at 15%, it's at 30%. And while I encourage certain tax reform, the issue with the way this was presented is instead of the government discussing how it can be beneficial and discussing about how it's going to be more holistic, their messaging was that, hey, this is going to only affect 0.5% of the population. So it's okay. This communication does not suit well with me because, okay, maybe for now it's only 0.5%, but the way we see the economy going and inflation continuing to take its toll, these prices or this amount can increase significantly from 0.5% of people. But the other issue is that instead of them discussing or looking at how to make the tax system more fair and more equitable, they're making it less fair by attacking certain groups of people. And language like this will continue to divide Australia. We work in the expat tax space and have seen significant changes to the way expats and non-residents are taxed in Australia. And again, for me, this is a sinister targeting of a certain group of people. A couple of major changes that have occurred so far is that in 2021, non-residents were unable to access the main residence exemption. Another one that occurred in 2012 is the cancellation of the 50% capital gains tax discount for Australians. There has also been certain targeted measures again at working holiday makers. Another aspect when it comes to sinisterly targeting people that a lot of people may have forgotten about is between 2014 and 2017, the government introduced an extra 2% tax levy for people in the highest tax bracket, which they called a budget deficit repair levy. While the future holds us potential stage 3 tax cuts, which will make higher income individuals pay slightly less tax, what we're going to see is a bracket creep where people in certain brackets will continue to go up just based on inflation. And to tell you the truth, your wages are actually going down because inflation is getting higher than your actual wage growth. Therefore, while these stage 3 tax cuts look like they're going to provide a lot of tax relief, it's highly unlikely that in the future they'll actually provide that much more tax relief. Personally, I see taxes increasing, and not just federal income tax here in Australia, state taxes as well. This is because we're going to see the government trying to balance their books after the pandemic, which caused a lot of significant debt due to increased quantitative easing and incredible amounts of spending. A significant issue here as well is interest rates are going to keep going up, and I do not see them going down anytime soon. That being said, the governments need to continue to pay these loans, and their interest rate and their repayments are going to keep going up with the increase in interest rates. I also see more sinisterly targeted tax reform instead of holistic tax reform. One example, which we're bound to see, is the way the Australian tax residency rules work. And there's already been significant consultation on this, and I do not see this going away anytime soon. We are also going to see the ATO coming hard on debts and penalties. With penalty rates keep continually increasing, pegged to inflation, we're going to see these going up significantly more. And from what I've seen many people increasing, or many people having a lot more penalties, fines, general interest charges increasing. I don't really see any stop here. The ATO commissioner has even come out saying that they will continue to follow up these debts. I've seen penalty charges and interest charges remitted often in previous occasions. However, I'm seeing the ATO tightening their belt and allowing these remittance of the expenses decreasing. So watch this space here. I also see the ATO fighting back on the way trust distributions work, because it is also a way in which people have used the tax system to reduce their overall taxes. Effectively, any scheme that we're going to see that's going to significantly lower taxes is going to be plugged by the ATO and by your government as well. If you want to learn more about how to depart Australia and pay no tax, I highly recommend watching this video here. And if you want to learn more about 6 countries that my clients are moving to have lower tax, then watch this video here. Thank you.